a lot of people don't drink piss, so loads of people pick and eat their nose.
Hello, welcome to the Cosy Couch, episode 11.
Yep.
My name is Nick.
I'm Richard.
And this is the Cosy Couch, as I just said. So this is an entertainment podcast, sort of around games and movies.
Yep.
Talk about some other stuff as well,
Yep.
interesting fun stuff. So if you like that, please subscribe to our channel, give the video we like, check out our other stuff as well. We do spoiler casts, and we've got another show called the Chronic Couch, which is just us getting messed up and talking shite.
Talking general shite.
Yeah.
Get two of them sitting waiting to go up because Nick hasn't done it yet.
I've been so busy this week, it's unreal.
Okay.
What about
So
you?
busy. Out and nights out.
What about you with your week off? Well, kind of week off.
I don't have the laptop with the video.
You could have borrowed it and went, I'll have a shot.
Oh, aye, because you'd fucking entrust me to do that. Jesus
It's
Christ.
easy.
Aye. I wouldn't want to do it, to be fair. I'd fuck it up. So.
It's tedious.
Yeah, sounds it.
Yeah, so what have you been up to this week?
Well, I was off quite a bit, so I've done all the Division daily stuff. I'm actually just going to stop even mentioning the Division now. I'm still playing it, so simple as that.
Just mention it when you don't play it.
Yeah, oh yeah. That's,
That's bigger news,
the next time I mention it will be the time that I'm not playing it. Just Cause. Been playing a lot of Just Cause. Just going through, like, liberating places. I'm not even doing the story. I'm just, like, liberating. I want to liberate the whole map, then do all the story.
But you can't.
Can you not?
No, certain bits get locked out by the story. As far as I know anyway, because I know it doesn't show up on the map, I'm not entirely sure if you can just go and do it. I think it encourages you to do some of the story.
Yeah, well, I've done a good bit of the story, and I've nearly liberated like half of the map. So I'm doing alright. This was the same with Mad Max. I just went through it all and I was like, yeah, I'm just going to clear everything on the map.
It's so much fun.
Oh, yeah, it's going to take forever.
The second one was brilliant, but it seems like they've upped the fun factor somehow. I don't even really know how.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what it is they've done. I think it's easier to play.
Yeah.
It's just
you can take more damage and stuff because it's just more fun, that way.
And because they've taken the difficulty mode out of it. It's basically just normal difficulty now, and that's it. Started playing The Witcher again because I started playing the Hearts of Stone DLC.
Oh, is that finally out?
Oh no, it's been out for ages. It's
the
new one, Blood and Wine, that's still to come. This one, it's set in the original map with like loads of new missions and whatnot. I forgot how fucking hard The Witcher is. Like, I came back to it and I was just getting killed on the first encounter every time. Realised the difficulty was at the top end, and I was like, oh well, I'm not doing it on this. Put it back down to like the normal mode, and even then was still struggling. Like, that game teaches you from the beginning like how brutally hard it's going to be. You can't just jump into it, and I actually feel like I'm going to have to go away and do other things to retrain myself on how to play it before I start fighting these enemies, because it's fucking ridiculous.
That reminds me of Borderlands, what you're saying, because Borderlands is very unforgiving, where you level up so do the enemies at the same rate as you, so it doesn't necessarily come easier.
That's exactly what The Witcher's like. It's always difficult.
Whereas Fallout is really hard at the start, but it comes to a point where I'm playing it on very hard because it's just too easy otherwise, Nothing's a challenge.
Aye, it does get like that.
It's the best power armor in the game and amazing weapons, so more issues are running out of ammo, but you're that strong, you just punch everyone to death.
Yeah, so I've got that. What else have I done? I think that's about it. I don't think I've 1000 G'd Quantum Break.
Nice.
So that's me, every achievement. I've not deleted it off my hard drive yet though, because I'm waiting in case DLC comes out at some point. Because Alan Wake got 2 bits of DLC.
I think it may be a while before we get DLC for
it probably will, but I'm not installing that all again.
Yeah.
Like, especially the episodes, that was like 70 odd gig. I'm not doing it again. So.
It's quite a pain.
Yes, it certainly is. But that's about it. I don't think I've really done much else. What about yourself?
Not a lot this week. Playing some Division, some Destiny, Rocket League, the usual. Played SimCity on my PC. It's good fun.
Still enjoying it?
Yep.
Yeah.
I've yet to buy it. It was just a free trial I had.
Mm.
Can we talk about PC game for a second, right?
Yeah, sure.
We get a lot of shit because we don't really know a lot about it. It's actually so good. Apart from all like, oh, can I run this to have the drivers, all that bullshit. Like, logged into Origin, get a free game, get Medal of Honor, the Pacific one.
Yeah.
Just there you go. You know, it's just stuff like that. And of course, we get games with gold.
Yeah,
and
I was gonna say.
PlayStation Plus.
I log into Xbox as a free game all the time.
But you pay for that service.
That's true.
You don't pay for Origin or Steam, and they're always going to be free games and free to play and free trials.
Yeah.
It's just, and they're cheaper. I mean, I think they constantly step up their game on that front.
Giving away free stuff.
They just give me free stuff, just make it more. A while ago, the PlayStation Plus games were really good, but now they're starting to get a bit sort of, oh, come on, where's the big games, you know?
I know. I don't really know what the aim is with PlayStation Plus and games with gold. I really don't.
Yeah.
Some weeks, like last month, it was amazing. We got 4 excellent games, and then this month, granted we got Sunset Overdrive, which is really good. But the rest, you had Sunset Overdrive, then you had Grid 2, the racing game, Defence Grid 2, and then Costume Quest is coming as well. That's meant to be a good game, but I'm like, some of the weeks are total shite. Like, I remember when Games with Gold kind of first started on Xbox One, Pool Nation FX was on it 3 months in a row.
Mm.
Like, who didn't get that game in the first month? Like, that's what I don't understand. And it was terrible. It's a shiter of a game. No one wanted it. So for them to be like, yep, we'll just keep on giving you it, like, I don't understand the logic behind some of the choices they make for games.
And then I just more think about, like, we do buy a lot of games, especially because we want to play them as soon as they come out.
Mm-hmm.
But I just think about people that maybe can't afford to do that, or whatever, or don't have the money, or like maybe missed the hype and didn't see what it was, you know.
Mm-hmm.
PlayStation Plus and Games with Gold's good for that, because then you can go, oh, this game was brilliant, you know, here it is and all that. But
to be fair, it's also good if you've got no money, and
yeah,
it's like you're guaranteed every month you're getting like, well, depending on what you play,
it's like
4 games.
They're just going further and further back and be like, oh, here's this game from 3 years ago, and you're like, oh, that's taking a bit far, you know.
I don't know, because like they gave away because we've got backwards compatibility now. They gave away Dead Space, and I was like, do you know what? That's an old game, but it is a brilliant game.
It's a brilliant game, but who's not played it?
Quite a lot of people.
But do you think anyone's going to see that and go, I'll give it a go?
I don't know, because I think it encourages people to go and be like, check IGN, what review did it get? I don't really know.
It's just because it's an old game.
What it got reviewed, but
it seems like a lot of younger gamers they don't play anything old now. It's like old game is old. They're just more focused in the future.
Yeah. One thing I will say though is I was looking at the backwards compatible games today, just because I was on the games store and they've got a menu for it now.
Yeah.
And I went on and I saw The Force Unleashed, because it got added on May the 4th, along with The Force Unleashed 2. I was like, oh cool, I wonder how much that is. Like, that's a pretty old Xbox 360 game. I mean, that was years ago that came out. $19.99. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm not paying I could go down to CEX and get that for a $5.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you know what I mean? I bought, I actually don't even know what it is, to be honest. Metal Gear Rising. I got that for £3 in Morrison's.
Mm-hmm.
And that game's newer than The Force Unleashed. So I'm like, 20 fucking quid for a digital game.
I know.
You must be having. Don't get me wrong, there's games now that are 20 quid, but like indie games, you're like, alright, fair dues, because like, some people would argue like quantity over quality, but I'm not. I'm like, nah, if it's a really good game, I don't mind paying the money. So Super Hot, for example, that like the game where time only moves when you do, that's 20 quid, and I'm like, I would pay that. Like, that doesn't bother me, because it's brand new and it's like a cool experience. Fucking The Force Unleashed, I'm like, I've played this game a million times, it's as old as fuck.
Great game, but it's not worth that now.
Definitely not worth it. No, it's not worth it at all now, actually.
What they really need to do is, well, I know they're trying to move away from disc and go more digital. I mean, think about, like, I just see every disc game you buy for years now, they've always came with some sort of code that you input and you get something for buying it brand new.
Yeah.
Surely your console should recognise that you did buy The Force Unleashed brand new, and then give you like even a discount price saying, "Oh, cause you did own the disc."
Well,
Discount,
yeah.
you know what I mean?
Well, the way it is
That
now,
would make sense.
the way it is now is like if you still have the disc, you can put it in and it will download it from the store.
Oh right, okay.
But I
You
think
need the disc to run it.
yeah, I think you still need the disc to run it, but it's only to authenticate you have it, because otherwise you could just go to all your pals' houses and be like,
Yeah.
give me all your 360
No, I
games,
understand that.
plug them
yeah.
in, download them all, like, because that's what I thought it was at first, and then I found out no,
Well,
it's
that's not
actually
too bad then if you can do that. But I mean,
Uh-huh.
you cheated in obviously, so
Yeah, that's just so like I've got fuck all 360 games now. I've got that Metal Gear Rising, which I bought and was like, I'm not playing that until it becomes backwards compatible.
Mhm.
Then I can sit and play it, and it will run really well on the the Xbox One. But yeah, it was just annoying because I was like, if that was a fiver, I'd maybe have bought it.
yeah, exactly.
So it's annoying. I'm really tempted to buy Super Hot,
Mhm.
but at the same time, I'm like, oh, do I want to spend 20 quid on it?
Is that on PlayStation? Is that exclusive?
Oh, it's not an exclusive because it's on PC.
Console exclusive. I mean,
I don't know
is it called
actually.
Super Hot?
Super Hot,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'll
I
check it.
don't know if it's on PlayStation or not.
Because it's really hard to tell with these indies, especially because of different developers and
Oh
all that.
fuck
and
me! I know it's
it just
actually
shows
it's
it's
a
hard
pain
to
in the
keep
arse actually. No, I don't know if Super Hot's on it.
Cool.
So yeah, so that's your week then.
Yep.
Not a big deal.
Yeah, good fun.
Yeah, cool.
So let's crack on with the news then.
Yeah, I'll crack on with the news. Right. It's a pretty slow week. Not a great deal's happened. I've got quite a few stories
Yeah,
here.
PC, Mac, Linux, and Xbox One.
Ah, there you go. Unfortunate.
Oh well.
So yeah, I've got a few news stories here, but there's nothing like of major importance to be honest. First one is the Captain America Civil War. It's came in at the 5th biggest film of all time.
Alright, cool.
It's wedged in between two other Marvel movies, Iron Man 3 and Age of Ultron. So Iron Man 3 will be below it, and Age of Ultron will be above it. But it's done well. Like,
Yeah, really good.
we weren't seeing that kind of shit with Batman versus Superman,
Nope.
so yeah, it's done really well.
It's a really good film. If you haven't seen it yet, check it out.
Definitely. We still need to do a spoiler cast for that, actually.
Yeah, do that soon.
Yes, hopefully. Just depends when we can fit it in.
Yeah, we're busy.
Yeah. Next story is Resident Evil making a comeback.
No.
Well, I think this is the news, Nick.
Ooh.
Not so much a question. It was in a financial report from one of the heads of Capcom. He'd said there's a quote here. He'd said, in the fiscal year ending March 31st, 2017, the company is scheduled to release Resident Evil Umbrella Corps for the PlayStation 4 and PC for the Resident Evil series, and it's marked its 20th anniversary in March 2016 as a warm-up to the full-scale offensive planned for the second half of the year. But this was all in reference to Resident Evil.
Yeah.
So I kind of think that I actually have a funny feeling that at E3, this is kind of spoiling one of my predictions, but this is what I think is going to happen. E3, Capcom are going to come out on stage with, I'm going to say Microsoft, and they are going to announce a brand new Resident Evil. I don't think it will be Resident Evil 7. I think it will just be Resident Evil, or like Resident Evil : something.
Yeah, we're gonna call it something because Resident Evil.
Yeah, I get that there's so many versions of Resident Evil now as well, so I'm like, brand new game, back to its roots, survival horror. None of the shite they tried to do in Resident Evil 5 and 6 where it was like action games.
Mhm.
And it'll be like all next gen, and it'll be 6 months later. Like it'll be out by the end of the year.
Yeah.
Same way Fallout worked. I reckon that they'll do that. Because Resident
Right.
Evil 6 came out, it must be about 3 years ago. Maybe 4. So
No, I think it was quite that long ago.
it is definitely about 3 years.
2 or 3 years, I'd say.
Because there's a remaster out of it. So it must be about 3 years.
Yeah, I suppose actually.
Yeah, it is a good while. Well, in fact, it came out before the new console, so yeah, it definitely is 3 years. So these guys have been sitting. They've not been sitting you know, with a thumb up their arse not doing anything.
Unless we want the Lost Planet.
Oh, definitely not. Lost Planet is dead. Like that
I can see them
franchise.
revive it.
I don't think so. That could have been such a good franchise, and they just fucked it. They
Yeah.
absolutely fucked it.
I could see that making a comeback as well though.
Yeah, well, I suppose I could see it come back, but in a very different way.
Yeah.
Uh,
It's more like the first one. I think there'll be a lot more focus on online play. Like, I think they'll go down the route of like Destiny and Division. Like a bigger focus on teaming up with big teams of people,
yeah.
like sort of raids and stuff like that.
Well, they could do, because like some of the monsters and that are absolutely huge.
Yeah.
The thing is, Lost Planet 2 could have been so good. They just fucked it up by forcing you to do multiplayer. Like, you could not beat these monsters on your own.
Yeah.
It was actually
Sure,
just,
had connection issues as well.
yeah.
which-
Oh yeah, it was absolutely plagued with them. So I don't see that coming back anytime soon. But
Mhm.
Resident Evil, I
Yeah,
could
yeah.
definitely see
No,
coming
no,
back.
I've seen that news. So
And it's annoying
Possible.
because I see having played Dead Space after playing Resident Evil.
it's just water.
Yeah, it's just war. I'm just like, Dead Space absolutely nailed survival horror. Specifically Dead Space 2.
Yeah.
Like, it was fucking incredible. So I'm like, we need more Resident Evil games like that. Because some people are just doing horror so much better than they ever could.
Yeah.
Like Outlast. Outlast's a pure brilliant game. To the point I can't even complete it. Because we tried it when we were doing our podcast
Yeah.
the other week, but I was like, that tells you how bad a state we were in, that like we weren't even scared by that
Yeah.
guy.
Lost
He
on
just
the
he come up
It's
to us and
not
we're like, fuck, he's got us. Like, whereas normally you'd be shiting yourself.
But now I'm excited for that.
Yeah, so am I. If that's the way they're gonna go, it could their offensive could be totally shite. It could just be like, oh yeah, here's more remasters,
But
but
we get the Dino Crisis.
oh my god, yes! Dino Crisis was fucking amazing. I mean, me and Scobie used to play that all the time
Aye.
at his mum's, and it was we were always up so late at night, and we were so afraid
Mhm.
to go to the toilet because like you had to walk up this dark corridor.
I think it's scarier because, like Jurassic Park, you know, like kind of, you're scared of it as a kid. But you're like pure, oh my god, I'd shit myself if that happened.
Yeah,
Then we played Dino Crisis, and like dinosaurs were real, zombies aren't. So like it's a more of a
yeah, that
you're
I
scared of a real thing instead of it being this sort of fictional thing. So
yeah that
I was more scared of Dino Crisis than I was Resident
I
Evil.
think because the dinosaurs are like massive and fast as
Yeah.
well, like because the raptors would run at you.
I jump over cages.
The
and
the,
I'm like,
the shit scariest things when you're in the office and you're picking up a key card, and the T-Rex bursts through the window.
yeah.
Oh my god! I have never shat myself so much at a game. That was a really good game actually. Yeah, I would rather see that come back than
Absolutely.
Resident Evil. Plus, I love dinosaurs. Next story. It's not even really a story. It's they were talking recently about the new X-Men film, X-Men Apocalypse, and they were saying that because First Class was set in the 70s, Apocalypse is set in the 80s, that they've confirmed that the next film, whatever it may be, is definitely going to be set in the 90s. And they're just going to keep it going, like, through the eras. Which, I'm like, cool. Couldn't give a fuck about this. Like, I'll wait till I've seen Apocalypse before I even expect another X-Men movie.
Yeah. I'm really looking forward to Apocalypse. I think we've spoken about it before in the show.
I'm not. I wouldn't say I'm going in with like low expectations. Days of Future Past was amazing.
Yeah.
In fact, no, it was really good. I'm not gonna say amazing. And I was like, okay, they're beginning to get the franchise going again, but I'm like, I don't know if they could be able to keep that going. If you know what I mean. So I'm curious to see Apocalypse and see how they explain where this guy. Because what I need explained is, why is Apocalypse here in the 80s when they had never encountered Apocalypse in what X-Men 1, 2 and 3?
I think it must be something to do with like, well, I don't know, they must have buried him or something like that, or found a way to contain him. And I think there's going to be Magneto that finds him. And he's like pure, I heard you're the first mutant and all that.
See,
It's got to be something like Magneto seems to be a big part of this film.
See, I don't, right?
I think it'll be something like
What right now, I think
that. Either that or, sorry man, that either is Xavier, because you see in the trailer, they say, oh, rumours are he's the first mutant and all that. Maybe Xavier goes to find him thinking, oh, the first mutant, this will be great, you know, I can talk to him.
See, I don't know. I really don't know. This is going to be set, like, what, 10 years after the last X-Men?
Yeah.
So, I reckon Magneto has fucked off and, I don't know, started a family or some shit like that, right? And something's gone wrong and his family have been killed. So that's what spurs him on to be like, fuck the humans. Fuck them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, something's went really wrong. I can't deal with this anymore. And then somehow comes into contact with Apocalypse, and he's like, "Do you want to be a horseman of the Apocalypse? And I'll give you all this fucking these cool. I'll magnify your powers." I'd be like, "No danger. That's fine by me." Because it just seems like such a departure from like, no, we want to be the dominant race, to just fucking wipe them out.
Yeah.
Doing like, let's just fuck the humans, wipe them all out. Who cares about Charles and that? My pal. I think something big has to have happened.
Yeah.
But I don't know how.
A framing or something like that, maybe.
I really don't know.
Yeah.
I just need that explained to me,
Mm-hmm.
in a way that I'm like, oh, that makes sense. Maybe it is, oh, we've went back and changed time, so we've fucked shit up. Things are changing now. Events that should have not happened are now happening. I don't know, but could be good. Another thing was that Wolverine 3 has started filming now.
Alright, cool.
And it's definitely an R-rated film. So it'll be like Deadpool. It'll be really violent, loads of blood, hopefully loads of swearing.
Do you think Deadpool will be in it?
I don't think so, because I think they're doing Old Man Logan, which is set like way in the future.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if they will put Deadpool in.
He does age, you know, just.
Yeah, he does.
Really
Yeah, he
slowly
ages really slowly.
You know.
So yeah, I don't know, but that's the rumor. Whether that's actually true or not,
Yeah.
need to wait and see like what the trailer's like when it eventually comes out. So next story, we're speaking about Fallout 4 earlier. For anyone who's been waiting on the mods coming out, they are coming. Well, there's a beta coming for the mods on Xbox One on after May the 19th, because they were waiting for Far Harbor to come out.
Okay.
Then they're releasing the mods, and you can like go on and test them. PlayStation 4 need to wait to the next month, because we get them like a month early or something like that. So this could be good.
Yeah.
Seemingly some of the mods are really good.
If anyone doesn't know, the mods are coming to both consoles. It was weird wording at E3 when they said exclusive to Xbox.
Well, I think
exclusive for a month.
I don't even think it was that. I think it was exclusive to Xbox because they hadn't figured out a way to do it on PlayStation. But they had said like, we do intend to bring it.
Yeah, well, the article I read didn't even say that. It just said they're coming to both. You know, they said it was miswording or something.
Well, I don't know.
The word exclusive.
I think they just.
Anymore,
I think they just announced it.
Well, because they had their
Xbox, because we got.
And then they come on during Xbox.
Yeah, that's true. But I think it's because the mods were coming first. But that's maybe because Microsoft's a PC company.
Yeah, it could
be. So they're like, well, you would be doing it on our consoles first anyway, with PC. So it does kind of make sense.
No, I'm actually really excited for the mods. See if we get all the PC ones, I'll be really happy with that, because I hope it's not just picking and choosing. Oh, here's the 5 best. No, I want like.
Yeah, I
wouldn't want the best PC ones, you know.
All of them, but I would want all the good ones, like survival mode.
Yeah,
I would want that.
That's coming.
Yeah, I read though that there was like this a guy, he does loads of like speed runs of Fallout and sets himself ridiculous challenges, and he did Fallout 4 on survival mode, but it was the beta, so the beta was actually harder than the one they actually shipped.
Yeah.
And he did it without dying. Like, if he died, that was at permadeath. He had to start again. But there was a glitch where he tried to get Preston Garvey?
Yeah.
To leave, and he would leave and he wouldn't be your party member anymore. He would never actually dismiss, so he would just stay with you. So he ended up with 2 followers, but at one point something happened and Preston turned hostile, and for the whole game Preston would follow him trying to kill him, and like he basically became a teleporting Terminator. Like anywhere this guy went, Preston would show up and try and kill him, and he had to build a fortress in the sky and delete the stairs under him to get away from him. And eventually, like, he went to sleep and it did, like, he turned neutral again, but he was like, what the fuck, like, imagine your own follower actually killed you.
Yeah, there's a really annoying bug in the game. I think they might fix it now, I'm not entirely sure if they did. It's with Honest Dan, and if you have...
Honest Dan?
Yeah.
Is that a guy?
Uh-huh.
Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
do you know the money glitch with him?
No.
You get infinite caps off him.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But anyway, so I was doing that mission, and you talk to him in this town, or that you formed this place and you enter this tunnel.
Mm-hmm.
But if you've got Nick with you, as soon as you enter the tunnel, Dan becomes hostile to you. And like, it took me ages to figure out why he was doing it. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? So eventually I figured it out, and then there's another glitch if you're on power armor, he becomes hostile. So eventually you just have to go in, pretty much naked.
No followers or fuck all.
Yeah, and you can eventually complete that mission. But it's funny how stupid little bugs that happen.
I know. Bethesda seem to get away with it as well, and I'm like, really you shouldn't. Like, you've had enough time.
It's because if you drop a gun there, it stays there. You kill an enemy, that enemy stays there. You go away, come back 25 hours later, there's still a dead Deathclaw lying in that place.
Yeah, that is true, but I don't know, other games have done that.
Nah, I suppose.
The Witcher, can drop anything in The Witcher, it'll stay there. So, and it's a much bigger map. So it's
yeah, but we love
considerable.
Bethesda, how you say it.
Yeah, Bethesda. Right, well, funnily enough, speaking of The Witcher, CD Projekt Red, the company that make The Witcher, have announced that the final DLC, in fact, it's not just the final DLC, like, this is the final thing for The Witcher. Like, we might never get another Witcher game. It's DLC called Blood and Wine, and it's going to be released on May the 31st, and pre-orders are open now, so you can pre-order it and pre-install it. Takes place in a whole new area, an area called Tucson, and it's based on like kind of like southern France and Spain. It's like dead, like nice, and it's all orchards, a dead beautiful place, unaffected by the war that's going on. You know, they're all just getting drunk and having parties, and you're basically there to investigate a string of murders that have been happening, like really brutally violent murders. And the game will look and run better than the original game. It has about over 30 hours of gameplay, 90 new missions, 90 new quests, loads of other side quests, stuff like that. You get given your own vineyard, where you can like do all your own shit. It just sounds absolutely incredible. And they're aiming to like take loads of fairy tales and like just put them into the missions, but like in really fucked up, twisted ways. And because CD Projekt Red have a thing about paid DLC, like they believe if you're paying for DLC, it should be an expansion. Like you should be getting a fuck ton. So that's what this is. And they, to prove their point, and when the game first released, it was like 16 bits of like DLC they released just for nothing. Like it was all free. But in this, there's actually a man called DLC, and it's like DeLuise something like, and he's basically pure right into taking money off of people and shit like that. Like it's just a pure piss take on how people are with DLC.
Yeah.
So it sounds pretty good. I'm actually dying to play it.
No, that sounds good.
But I need to learn to play The Witcher again. This one, I actually don't even want to talk about it, to be fair. I just saw it, and EA and the game dev company Ghost are releasing a new Need for Speed game in 2017. Yeah, exactly. I know, I'm like, do we even care anymore?
Yeah, I know.
Like, the last good Need for Speed was Need for Speed Most Wanted for the fucking original Xbox, and then it got ported over to the 360.
Yep.
That game was amazing. The Blacklist.
Was that one with the billboards? You drove through them. What was that one?
Yeah, you could drive through billboards and stuff like that, and it was all about like you started off. You were in this fucking sick BMW, and then this guy like he cheats and ends up beating you and taking your car, and you need to work your way up and beat all the members of the Blacklist. And it was amazing. Like you had police chases and shit like that. It was just such a good game. Every game after that has been shite.
Yeah.
And they've all got this always online component to them as well. So you're like, I don't want to be online. Like, I just want to play a fucking racing game.
Do you know what it reminds me of? Burnout. Burnout 1, 2, 3 and 4. Fantastic games.
They're like Burnout Paradise. What is this shit?
Yeah.
Like, no one asked for this.
I mean, Burnout Paradise was still fun. I did enjoy it, but it's like they took away the crash events. Essentially, and you're like, that's
and
why,
it was open world. You're like, what is this?
Everybody played Burnout for those crash events.
Yeah, I know. I think in 4 the crash event got quite shite. To be fair.
Yeah, then it became like.
I feel it. I was
Shane 4.
It was whatever one was called Takedown. Can't remember if that was Burnout 2 or 3. That was the best one.
3 was the best one. Yeah.
That must have been Takedown then. Yeah. It was by far the best game. But Need for Speed has just been shite. I played about 15 minutes of the new game because I've got EA access, so I got it for free for 10 hours. And on it, like, they've actually got real actors and stuff like that to act out, like, the cutscenes. Pure, yeah, man, that was fucking sick. And you're just pure, no again. Like, I don't want to be speaking to wee knobs about racing. Let it be like Underground. Like, we just start again, do races, customize your car. Like, I don't need a fucking story.
Yeah.
I don't need a fucking. It just annoys me. And I read that today and was like, really, another game? Like, I don't want this.
Yeah.
I don't know anyone that does.
Somebody does.
Yeah, the only way I could see this being good is if they go, yeah, we're sorry, we clearly don't have a fucking clue what it is you want anymore. So we're basically just going to remake Need for Speed Underground.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be like, cool. No online. The only online is if you choose to race somebody online. You know, don't even need an open world.
Mm-hmm.
Just races.
Exactly.
That's cool by me.
Just races.
So we'll see what happens with that. Sad news here for anyone who has Disney Infinity, because they've just fucking pulled the plug on it.
Yep. Disney
have decided that they're cancelling the Infinity line and they're getting out of the business of self-publishing games altogether. So anything that Disney own, like they're no longer making games at all. They have said that they're going to continue making some Infinity sets, which is including characters from the new Alice movie, and there's going to be a Finding Dory playset, and that's purely because they had already promised that would come out.
Yeah.
But other than that, yeah, like a lot of people in Disney are losing their jobs.
Yeah, they closed the studio Avalanche.
Not
Avalanche Studios that make Just Cause.
I think it's Avalanche Software.
Right.
Is the Disney studio, and it's a shame because but I've not played Disney Infinity, but by all accounts they are amazing games.
Yeah.
Like, they've got so much in them. The toys are really, really well done. People just buy these toys as models because they're so well made.
What did better, Disney Infinity or Skylanders?
Disney Infinity by a great deal. The reason they're getting out of it is to do with money. It's to do with the cost of making all this stuff versus how much they're pulling in. And I think they've just went, do you know what? Fuck this. We could just license out Star Wars. Well, they already have, I suppose, but Marvel, all the Disney movies, license them out to other devs, make a fortune.
Yeah.
And you're paying nothing.
I know. I still don't get. I understand the model of Disney Infinity and Skylanders. You get the wee toys you can play with, and then you put it on. You can play it in the game. Why didn't have an option for adults just to download the characters? Slightly cheaper to buy or whatever.
I don't, because I just think they're making all these toys, they want to make money off of it.
No, I totally understand it, but that works well for kids because then the kids can play with the toys in real life and then play it in the game. But adults don't want to do that. they don't want to have 1,000 figures on their shelves. And I know
To be
people
honest,
they do play it. You know?
to be honest, I don't think they care. I think they're just like, fuck you, buy the toy. But I don't think it's anything to do with that. They're just their development cost must be quite high, to be fair, because these like I've seen some of the toys and I'm like, I would own that. Like, I don't want the game. I would just have that sitting, like, because I like wee Funko Pops. I'm like, I would own all the Marvel and Star Wars ones. I would buy a lot of them. So they cost a lot to make because they're really well crafted, and then the game itself is really well done. They've hired people like Ninja Theory and stuff like that to come in and do combat. Another team to come in and do racing. They really worked on these games, whereas Skylanders is like basic as fuck. The toys are quite basic, and the game itself is quite repetitive. There's like creation tools and all that in Disney Infinity. So what I can't understand is if they are saying, fucking pull the plug, like, what the fuck is Skylanders can't be making a great deal of money unless their development costs are much less. Because it is like subpar, and they're like, oh, we're still raking in money, so don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. Maybe it's just because it's Disney. Any Disney label on it costs a fortune. So maybe the companies they use to make this charging them a fortune because it is Disney.
Yeah. I also wonder as well if the deal with EA has anything to do with this. Like, they gave EA the rights to Star Wars, so EA are doing all the Star Wars games, basically. And I wonder if they've seen, because it's not in the news, but Battlefront has sold 14 million copies. So that's, like, doing so well.
Yeah.
And actually, I'll just read this out here as well. It's the next story anyway, but EA have confirmed that a sequel to Star Wars Battlefront will be part of its lineup for next year. So whether that's Battlefront 2 or Battlefront : something, it is getting a sequel.
Next year though?
Yeah.
It's a bit soon.
I don't know, it's like Battlefield or Call of Duty, like, next year, and they'll have 2 new movies to work off of.
I know, but I mean, look at, like, they've got all these DLC planned and we've seen 1 so far.
There's
Battlefront
2 out now. Yeah, I think the third one's coming quite soon.
Is it?
No, but I think
So else I played it.
I think the way they're working it is by the time you have got bored of all the DLC that's come out, bang, here's a whole new game for you to play.
Yeah.
And it'll have episode 7 Rogue One in it. I'd imagine they'll maybe start incorporating 1, 2 and 3 in there as well.
Well, they need to get space battles in. Simple as that.
Yeah, I think it will include.
That's why I would heavily differentiate Battlefield from like other shooters, because you can go on and just be an infantry soldier if you want, or a sniper, right? Or you can just be a pilot.
Yeah, you don't even really need to be that good.
Or naval battles, you know, there's so many different things you can do. You can get so much out of Battlefield, just the base game. Whereas Battlefront is just basically, you're a soldier, and there's options to fly vehicles, but they're power ups and they're really difficult to control and all that great. You know, it's they could take some tips from their own game. Yeah. You know.
Sorry, I'm just typing something down because I was saying earlier on I'd thought of a question. I literally just remembered it there. So but anyway, back to the point I was talking about. I wonder if Disney have maybe, granted the Disney gaming studio is wholly different, but I wonder if Disney as a whole have went, look how much money we are just making off Battlefront so far. They've still got the EA Visceral game with Amy Hennig. That's coming out. They've got another game that Respawn are doing. So they're like, well, why are we actually making games when we could just be like, cool, EA, you've got Star Wars, who wants Marvel, right? We'll trust you to do Marvel, because if rumours are true, I'm sure we mentioned this last week, Sucker Punch are apparently doing a PS4 exclusive Spider-Man game.
Yes.
So
I think we talked about it actually, but
well, that is a rumour that it's got. I don't think that's an official rumour yet.
No.
So I don't know. Rumours aren't really official.
Sucker Punch, they made Infamous, which are fantastic games. The powers work really well and that control really well, so they'd be ideal for Spider-Man.
Yeah, I totally agree. I would quite like. I'm just gutted it won't be on Xbox.
Yeah.
But no, like, I think it is a smart move to say, like, yeah, who wants to do what? You pay us a fortune, to get the rights, and then you make the game, and we'll still make money off of you. We don't need to do anything. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think that's a genius way to do it.
No, yeah.
Because I would like to see some devs do, like, I would see Avalanche Studios that do Just Cause. I would love to see them do Iron Man.
Yeah, well, that'd be amazing.
Yeah, like, it'd be so good. So, yeah, I could see this working. I can kind of see why they're doing it. It's just sad for the people that work on it, because, like, they had no idea this was coming. They've just been hit with this. Like, it's not like they were having financial troubles or anything. I think Disney have just went, fuck it, pull the plug on it. Which is a shame. Like, no one deserves to lose their job, I suppose. But well, actually, speaking of losing their jobs, I didn't even mean this. After this speaker, we've spoken about this plenty of times. Lionhead Studios got sadly shut down. Fable Legends and whatnot was all cancelled. We had spoke before in the podcast about hopefully someone buys them up, and it never ended up happening. And it's seemingly the reason for that is several potential buyers, and it was like high-end buyers. So I'm reckoning it must be like Sony, people like that have come and showed interest. They wanted to buy Lionhead, but seemingly they only wanted Lionhead if they got the Fable franchise, like if they got the rights to it. And Microsoft just went, no fucking way. Like, we would rather see Lionhead go down the drain than ever give up Fable, which to me suggests that they are not done with Fable yet. I think they've just went, okay, Lionhead are losing the plot. They don't know what they're doing anymore. They've got this Fable Legends game, it's shite. People on the internet don't want it. Rare are no longer doing Kinect games anymore. Granted, they're doing Sea of Thieves, but I could see them saying to Rare, like, you guys know, like, you've got the same kind of style, same humour, you do Fable.
Yeah.
And or somebody else, and say, like, because Microsoft seem to be doing this thing now where they're, like, making studios into, like, a studio that is designed for one thing. So they developed 343 Industries to do Halo. So they do the Halo games, Halo Wars as well. Then they took Black Tusk Studios and turned them into the Coalition. They are now the Gears of War studio. I could see them take it, like, making a new development team, being like, you are the Fable studio now. And just being like, yeah, these are our first party studios going forward.
Both companies seem to be doing this. Like, both Sony and Microsoft are closing a lot of studios now and just keeping the licenses and holding them onto them. Say Sony shut down someone recently. I can't remember who it was. I'll come back to me later. But and I can't remember what it is. Either Beyond or PS Love you was listening to, and they're talking about that and just saying how they just seem to be closing down these studios because there's no really need for them just now. When they can either get somebody else to work on it or hold on to the IP until it becomes relevant again.
Yeah, that is true.
Because like they have to pay these studios money to keep them running, so
yeah, they're keeping these studios afloat.
If they're just paying Lionhead a fortune year after year, and they're like, we usually put in nothing for so long, so like we'll just get shut you down, you know. There's no need to.
I know, that's the thing. I think Fable Legends was just becoming such a burden that they were like, do you know what, like, nah, fuck this. And I think the offer, like, I'm sure I read a rumour that the offer was in the billions for them, and they were like, no. We don't want to give you the Fable. So I reckon they just don't want to give up that franchise. Because I don't know if...
I think Fable's worth billions?
Yeah, I
don't know what it is.
Maybe it wasn't billions. It was maybe in the millions, but Fable is definitely worth millions. I mean, the last few games have been shit. Well, Fable Legends never even made it out. There was the Kinect game, but they did always say this is just a side thing. So the last real Fable game was Fable 3. And
side chick.
Yeah, pretty much. It was just their side chick. But Fable 1 and 2 were outstanding. 3 was like, okay, like a lot of people kind of weren't too cool with it. I actually thought it was really good. Like, especially you become king, you have to start making decisions. I honestly thought I just deleted all the notes there, and I was like, wow. How
I don't like the notes in the iPad.
I don't mind it. I just don't like that if you shake it, it undoes. That's quite
You
annoying.
turn it off.
I know you can, I just don't.
First world problems.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, that's all we've really got to say, I suppose, on the Lionhead Studios thing. I just thought it was quite interesting that they weren't willing to give up the rights to Fable.
Yeah.
But that tells you how good an IP that is. That they were like, oh yeah, we'll take that company if we get that IP.
Yeah, I suppose.
And they must know, like, we can't do it without Lionhead.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas Microsoft, I'd imagine, will go to all the people that they've sacked and been like, come on, we're starting a new studio. I reckon that's what will happen. But whether I'm right or wrong, we'll need to wait and see. Next story, Assassin's Creed, the movie, got a trailer.
Yep.
We watched that
Eventually.
earlier.
So when did they announce they're making a movie for this?
Oh.
Pretty sure it was after the first game came out, and that was
No,
what?
oh no! It was a good while after
No,
that.
I'm sure it was after the first game. Really sure.
Oh, well, no, the first game was so far back though.
I know.
It wasn't that far back.
I
It
think
was a few years ago.
Oh, I think it was way back, because I mean, it was back then when ME7 was coming out. Like, remember the Heavy Rain film? That apparently.
No, I don't remember that.
Yep, well, I mean, one of them, so they were. Heard nothing for that for years, you know. That's the thing.
I have a funny feeling it was after. It was like Brotherhood or Revelations.
No, I'm sure
think it was
so
before
long ago.
3.
Because it's had a few directors and all that, and different casting issues, and different scripts, you know. It's been through a lot.
I don't know. Either way.
Anyway,
a trailer's final out for it, and I don't think we expected a great deal from it.
no.
But what did you think of it?
I think it looks really good.
So that
Yeah.
I was actually really pleasantly surprised by it.
So like they've went for like there's multiple assassins in it, so it's not like the first game where even though you're part of the Brotherhood of Assassins, it's always just you. And I kind of thought that was the route they're going to go down, like, oh, you're assassin, you're finding your feet. There might have been one or two other ones in it, but nothing major. This one, it seems like it's an actual, almost like a team.
Yeah, like
There's lots of points you see in himself, but it seems like there's a lot of sort of group engagement in it, which
set
is
during
gonna be
the
good.
Spanish Inquisition.
Yep.
They seem to have kind of the future stuff looks a bit darker.
Mm-hmm.
Like it seems a bit more like ominous than.
It seems to start off with you being killed.
And you're like imprisoned and you're basically not escaping from this lab.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems like it kind of looked as if there is going to be a good few bits set in the future, which I always thought that stuff was better served in a movie. I actually have a funny feeling we spoke about this like either last week or the week before.
Probably.
We were saying it was better it would be better served in a movie.
Because in the game, you just don't want to leave that world. All you want to do is play as an
Oh,
assassin.
you're like, oh fuck, here I am in the fucking Abstergo offices again. I couldn't
but for like
care
a
less.
movie, that would work so well. Like
Mhm.
they have the opportunity to tell a good story that you would actually care about.
Mm. Yeah, so I think it looks really, really good. So if
Yeah.
you've not seen it, go and check it out. Just Assassin's Creed trailer 2016 on YouTube. We might even link it in our.
I really hope they do
Discussion.
something in it where like he dies in some stupid way by falling off something. He comes out the animus obviously, and they're just pure. Oh, did you die? I will put you back in. So something like that. You know, something
No,
that we know
but
into the
see,
game.
no, because then. Because then you're meant to be reliving their memories, so you couldn't die. Because then they would have died.
No, but if you died in the game, it just said desynchronized, and you went back in, loaded the nearest memory.
But that's just like because it's a game. Like
Yeah, I know, but I would take that as in like, oh, if you died, oh fuck, right, okay, reload.
I don't know how they'll do it. I wonder if
That'd be funny.
I wonder if they'll do the bleeding effect though, because that in the game
It seems like it, because there's a bit you see him and
it's got a
Fassbender.
bow and arrow.
He's got a bow and arrow and he's firing it, and
But that's in the future.
yeah, and it's just the way he fires as if to go like, oh, did you learn that from the animus because you didn't know these skills before?
Yeah.
He's just firing a bow and arrow, but like it could be maybe that.
And he doesn't look like he's attached to the animus
No.
either, because the animus they've changed it now. It's not a table you lie on or a chair or whatever. It seems to be a thing that straps onto your back and kind of up your spine, and it allows you to kind of walk about.
Yeah.
So you're like literally living out the memories, like you're seeing through the eyes of somebody else, but kind of like a giant VR
Yeah.
is what it is actually. But he doesn't look like he's attached to it when he's got the bow and arrow.
No, so that's one thing. The bleed effect's
Yeah,
gonna happen.
because that would explain. That could be like how he ends up escaping, because he's like, yeah, I'm actually fucking amazing now. I don't know. We'll need to wait and see. I'd imagine we'll get another trailer in a couple of months.
Yeah.
The second last story is that this. I don't watch this show, but I know a few people that do. Supergirl. It's been renewed for season 2, but it's no longer going to be on CBS. It's now moving to the CW, which is where Arrow, The Flash, DC's Legends of Tomorrow are.
So do you think that'll be on Netflix then?
I'd imagine it probably will come to Netflix.
Yeah.
Now that the
It's
first
not on Netflix now, is it?
not the now, but I think the first season's only just finished, so that'll be why.
Right, okay.
But I reckon they're doing this because ratings haven't been great. CBS already has this DC stuff, and they like crossovers. Like, people will tune in for the Flash and Arrow crossover like every time they do it. And because the Flash appeared in her show, because he's the only one that could potentially explain that for, I reckon that they'll, now that she's on their channel, they'll be like, yeah, we can fucking crossover all we want now. And like Supergirl will come into it a lot, which is cool. Like, I'm happy with that, because Superman and Batman aren't in it, so it'd be good to have like another really powerful person come into it.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I thought that was quite cool. So anyone who watches Supergirl, it's about to get better by the sounds of it.
Is your last story about the cancellation?
Yes.
Ah.
Wait, what cancellation?
Peggy Carter.
Yes, that is actually my last story, believe it or not. Yeah, not a surprise, to be fair, but the Marvel's Agent Carter TV series has just been scrapped. It's not getting a season 3. I tried to watch season 2. I got like 4 episodes in and was just like, nah.
Yeah, like the general review, it wasn't received too well, you know.
It didn't link, and like the reason people love Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Daredevil, things like that is because not only are they really good shows, but they link into the films. Like, they do feel like part of that universe. That, oh god, I keep burping.
Joint Wingy?
No, it's okay. That didn't feel like part of the MCU at all.
Yeah.
Like, there was people in it that you knew, like Jarvis was the guy that the Jarvis AI was based on. Peggy Carter, obviously. Howard Stark, he's in it as well. But it just never felt like anything they were doing had any impact on the other shows or whatever. It was really, really stupid. Like, recently, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., the episode that was just on there was dealing with the fallout of Civil War, and they brought in the Sokovia Accords and shit like that, and it's affected the team because some of the team are inhuman and they need them to be registered now. And I was like, this is amazing. Like, this is so cool. Peggy Carter just never had that.
Yeah, I was watching an interview with the directors of Civil War.
Yeah.
It's a very mindless spoiler for Civil War, right? So if you've not seen it, then just skip forward for like 2 minutes or right.
Yeah.
But they were talking about how why they chose to have Peggy Carter's funeral in it, and say why they choose now to kill her. And they're just saying like, well, it felt relevant because she was getting dead old and all that, and they're just saying like they needed it to just the emotional connection and all that sort of stuff. Then the interviewer said, "Oh, is this anything to do with the TV show then? Because before this, they hadn't announced it had been cancelled yet." And it just seemed like they knew, but they were like, "No, we can't say. We're not sure if it's going to continue on or that." You know, but I think they did know. It seemed like they've killed her off in this to kind of say, "Okay, goodbye."
Oh, see, I never really thought. I thought the reason they kind of killed her off in the film was because they were like in the first film, that's his big love interest, and like she's like part of his team.
I never seen that you can know one now.
Yeah, and the second film, he's like conflicted, but he's glad he's got somebody. He's like, I'm not totally alone. Whereas then in this, like, his last friend is dead, so he's like, I need Bucky. Like, I need to have like my one and only friend from the past who understands like my references and what I'm going through. So I kind of thought that's why they did it, to like put a bit of importance on his relationship with Bucky.
Yeah.
But yes, I'm not even really gutted about it, because I'm like, it's the one, you know, it's a waste of their money, to be honest. I'd rather they put it into something else. But sadly, the other thing that they were going to be doing was a spin-off show of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. called Marvel's Most Wanted, and it was 2 of the characters from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. who they end up leaving throughout the show for reasons. If you watch the show, you'll find out. And they were going to have a spin-off show just about them being on the run and stuff like that. And it sounded quite cool, But I think they've not even ordered it to pilot. They've just decided, nah. I think this is probably something to do with Peggy Carter. They're like, yeah, it's not got the same pull, so we're not going to do it. Which I now reckon they'll bring those two characters back into Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah.
Because the way they leave is kind of setting up this other show. So I can see them like bringing them back and maybe having like one episode of where they're doing the things they kind of wanted them to do, just as a kind of here's what we've been doing while we've been gone for all this time, you know. So yeah, that was all the news. Like I said, nothing really majorly important, but there was still enough there to keep us talking. I actually have a feeling this will be a long show.
It is.
Yeah, but that doesn't really count because that's from when we first started recording. We're talking,
and that's the split. So minus that off, it's still over an hour.
Okay, so there you go. So
Yeah,
we've done well.
Meaty show this week.
Yeah, filling meat.
Getting your money's worth.
Aye. Even though you're not paying for that.
And I've not enabled ads on the shows. You're welcome. So
Really?
yeah, I've never done that because I feel why should we bother people with adverts?
Yeah, I fuck advert. I hate adverts.
Maybe down the line, you know, if we get bigger or what, and we need money, but we're fine now.
F. A definite F.
Yeah.
So yeah, there we go.
Cool.
Right, so the question.
The question was, if you could make any video game into a reality, what would it be? Now, the catch for that was, you're not going into that world, so say it's the magical mushroom kingdom, you don't go to the magical mushroom kingdom, as everything in the world right now that exists turns into that. So this house would be a mushroom and all your furniture would be mushrooms or whatever.
Right.
And all the people you'd know would be those characters, but you still know them as your friends.
Right, okay.
Does that make sense? Yeah?
Yes, that
Cool.
makes sense.
So that was the sort of parameters.
Right, okay, well, on you go, you're first.
Cool. Yeah, I've got mine. It's me so long to pick this one.
If you pick the same one as me, I'm actually going to be fucking raging.
Well, I'll get two right. One right,
go,
everybody chose right, and I'll say it in a minute because it might be the one you've chose right, but for me it'd be The Elder Scrolls.
Oh, right, okay, that's definitely not what I picked.
Yeah, because there's just so much in that. Like, there's magic, there's, you know, like dragons, creatures, you know, different dimensions and worlds. It's such a fascinating place.
Mm-hmm.
Like, look at all the games you've got to go with, like Morrowind and Oblivion, you know, like the Oblivion gates and that, how the earth around you changed as you got closer to it. It was like their dimensions seeping into yours, and you go through and everything's just all chaotic and horrible, and that's kind of like the Netherrealm from Mortal Kombat, which it reminded me of.
Yeah.
They're brilliant games. I think that'd be an amazing place to or amazing reality to live in.
Right.
You know, going out and using magic and fighting dragons and shit like that. That'd be brilliant.
Right, okay. See, I can understand why you're saying that. But all I think, and this is the reason I didn't pick The Witcher, is because I was like, well, that would be really shite, because I would just be an NPC, and being an NPC in those worlds is not a good life. Like, they are getting murdered. People are attacking villages. There's fucking dragons. There's rats the size of dogs.
But look at how all these games start. You're a normal person, and then you go out your way to get these powers or whatever, or learn stuff. So
yeah, I don't know.
If all of a sudden this world became like Elder Scrolls, I would be right out of there pure. I ain't no magic practice and all that shit. You know, like
yeah, I suppose.
Because everybody knew magic in those games, just didn't really use it. They maybe used to heal themselves, or whatever, or
yeah,
so you would know it instantly. It's just
you're living in poverty, like.
You can steal.
I don't know, but I mean, like, you have nothing. You don't have like.
That's where you do quests.
Technology and
go and kill those goblins. I don't bother. Fucking fireball. Give some gold. That'd be brilliant, man.
Fair enough. Well, I for my choice, I picked Mass Effect.
Oh, that's not what I thought you chose.
Okay.
The reason I didn't go for a future one, right, because I was really wanting to choose something like Halo or Destiny, so that'd be so cool, is because we don't know what the future brings. As unlikely as it is, you know, any one of these games could sort of become a reality.
Yeah. Well, I picked Mass Effect because I was like, well, that is like that's probably the most realistic depiction of like what the future is, because that's we discovered something on Mars. that propelled our technology, like it advanced us by thousands of years, and through that we ended up discovering, oh fuck, there's all these other aliens, they've all discovered each other already, and like fair enough that we have a war with them at first, but then we live in peace.
As humans do.
Yeah, and then like that's not even in the game, that's just like they just tell you that's part of their history. So it's like you can just go and explore anywhere in space. But like you can communicate with loads of aliens and shit like that. Granted, there's the threat of the Reapers coming and like wiping out all of civilization every like 50 million years or whatever, but you know, the risk you take.
Yeah.
So yeah, I thought the Mass Effect would be really good.
No, that's a good one.
Space travel, I'd quite like that.
Yeah.
Loads of future shit.
I could ride a dragon.
I could fly in a spaceship and go to another planet.
What's cooler?
I'd probably the spaceship.
Would you fuck?
Yeah, faster than light travel. I wouldn't trust a dragon. I'd be always afraid of
You
it.
could talk to it though.
No, I'd be cool if I could talk to it, I suppose. So yeah. What was your other one then?
This is one pretty much everyone chose, and I thought one you would choose as well. Pokemon.
Oh no, see, I wouldn't like that.
No?
Yeah, like, I just think it'd be really annoying. Like, I just feel like it'd be such a chore. To like, see if you had OCD, you'd be like, I need to collect every fucking one of these. Every week, something's happening. There's always a drama. You've got Team Rocket causing trouble all the time.
Yeah, but you get your own wee monsters.
Your village, there's like 10 people in it, if that. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just a pain in the arse.
You're not going to that
Can he
world.
walk? Can he
You're
walk?
not going that world, right? This becomes
Exactly.
Pokemon,
So if I fucking walk outside to go to my car and I get attacked by a Pokemon, I'm like,
no, that's not long grass, that's short grass. You get into the forest though, oh, shit's going down with a bunch of Caterpies and Metapods.
I don't know.
And those bee ones, Beedrills.
Beedrills? Aye. I just think it'd be a pain in the arse Pokemon. Like, I don't think that'd be a good world. Depends what it was like, I suppose. Maybe I would like catching Pokemon and stuff like that. I wouldn't ever make them fight though.
I'd be a dick.
Would you?
Yeah.
Stealing people's Pokemon?
Not even that, I'd just like get my Onix out and crush everything.
You'd be Gary.
Aye.
Gary Oak.
Sound like pure. Oh, check out my fucking coffin. That's nice. Onix crush. It's dead.
Aye, do it to their pets. Like, oh, that's a nice dog you've got.
Crush.
Raichu, zap. Kill it.
Yeah, that's 20 quid. Oh, is it? Aye. Raichu.
Yeah.
Thunderbolt. No.
Right, so I've actually got two questions, right? One we'll do for next week, but we'll do one right now
So
actually.
wait, should we maybe quickly ask, is there a world or a game you would not want to make a reality? Like, absolutely not?
Doom.
Oh, aye.
Yeah, like the world becomes hell. No, fuck that.
Fallout.
Uh,
Actually, a realistic fear.
No, do you know what? Actually, I would actually quite like to live in the Fallout world.
Oh, no chance.
After
man.
me saying like, oh, you'd be living in poverty, yeah, you're living in like a irradiated wasteland. I actually would quite like that world.
Death claws and shit like that round every corner.
Yeah,
Raiders and stuff like that. You can't trust anyone.
Oh yeah, but see, I always think this. I'm like, see if the world was like Mad Max, I would be like Max. I just wouldn't trust a soul. I'd kill everyone. I wouldn't give a fuck. I'd work out every day. I'd just kill anyone I saw.
It'd be so hard to find somewhere safe to sleep and stuff like that, man. That'd be horrible.
Not really, because I'd just kill everyone and then sleep in their place. Pile the bodies up at the door. Like, anyone comes in. That's what's happening, mate. But there you go.
Tetris.
Yeah.
You're just a block.
Right, I'm trying to think what question Right, I'll save this question for next week. But the question I want to ask is, what game do you want? Like, what can be any company, any developer, you know, anyone. Can it even be like a game that's already existed, you want a sequel or a remake or something? Like, just what game would you want made? Like, if you had the power to just go to this company and say, right, you're making this now, and I'm going to tell you how to make it, or what I want in it.
I already know my answer.
Right, I know, go for this is for right now, so you just tell me.
Oh, right now?
Yeah, I've got another question for next week.
Oh, okay. We've got 2 questions here.
Yeah.
This isn't the happiest game, probably not.
Right.
What I'd want is a Sim City style game, right, where you play as the Grim Reaper and you've got the chore of like taking people's lives.
Right.
But so say like you just go down like okay he gets hit by a car, he'll fall off something, right? And it's like a scoring system, right? Then every now and again like oh you need to kill 100 people in this building, so you need to think right how can I kill these 100 people?
Yeah.
Like, it would be like something crashing in the building, the top's over, like or a massacre or something. And then you get penalised if you kill someone who's not meant to die and stuff like that. I've always found it a brilliant game.
That actually would be
Quite morbid and all that.
It'd be quite strategic, is it?
Yeah.
No, that actually would be really
So
good.
like maybe you could call in a natural disaster, but then the more innocent people, or more people that weren't meant to die, get killed, you'd lose points for and all that.
Ah, yeah. No, that actually sounds like quite a good idea.
Quite an interesting take in a game.
Aye.
Never get made though.
Hey, you never know. Stranger things have
I
happened.
suppose the Binding of Isaac exists.
Yeah, that's true. The one I would want, and this is what made me think of it, was Assassin's Creed Black Flag, right? Is by far and away the best Assassin's Creed. I don't care what anyone says. And after playing that, I was pure, why are Ubisoft not making more pirate games? Like, what I want is, I don't know who I would want to make it. I kind of wish CD Projekt Red would do it. Like, if them and Ubisoft, or the team that does Assassin's Creed, if they teamed up and made a fucking pirate game, like, that would be the best thing in the world. Because I don't want it to be like Assassin's Creed, where it's like, oh, this is based on history. I just want a pirate game. Where you sail a ship, go to, like, islands, find treasure, and, like, because Sea of Thieves is coming, but that looks all cartoony and shit. I'm like, I don't want that. I want, like, the realistic, like, way Black Flag was, but, like, have all the pure old, like monsters and shit like that. Like, even, like, the Greek mythology stuff, like, you go to an island and, like, there's a Medusa or something like that. Or, like, the Kraken, you need to fucking fight the Kraken and shit like that.
What are mermaids called again?
Sirens.
Sirens, yeah.
Yeah, stuff like that. I think that'd be amazing. And then you obviously fight, like, cursed pirates and, like, just dickheads like Blackbeard and stuff like that. I think that'd be so fucking cool.
It's essentially like a pure, really deep, big...
open world.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah.
That would be brilliant.
Like, even see the map for Just Cause, that would be perfect. Loads of sea, big massive island. You know, you can go inland and explore.
Trade and barter and all
yeah,
that.
stuff like set up wee settlements. That'd be so good.
Get online, organise raids against villages and all that.
I don't know how this doesn't exist.
Yeah.
We have a fucking game where you go on an island, build things and train dinosaurs. Why have we not got a pirate game? Do you know what I mean? Like, I actually want to play Assassin's Creed Black Flag again, because I was like, that's a fucking excellent game.
It's heavily discounted in the PS Store right now.
Is it?
Like, I think it's under
Well, I've already got it. I've
seen no one doesn't have it. I think it's under a tenner. Like,
and for anyone who's not played it, it is amazing. Like, the future stuff, they kind of ignored a lot of that. It was mostly all just, you're a pirate, and it's fucking...
You are a pirate!
Yeah. Brilliant. The naval battles in that were out of this world. They were, like, so good. No, I really, really enjoyed that game, actually. So yeah, my question for next week is the best boss fight you've ever had and the worst boss fight you've ever had.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really need to just be like a boss. It can just be like a boss, an end level, or like, you know, the thing you would call a boss fight.
Yeah.
So yeah, like the best and worst boss fights.
Very cool. Good.
So that's it. So we might as well wrap this up because we're running on.
Yep, we are running on. We've
Yeah.
been talking a lot.
Yeah.
But shite. So yeah, this has been the Cosy Couch.
Yeah.
If you like us, please subscribe. Please leave us a comment with your thoughts if you like the show. Let us know what game you'd make a reality, what game you wouldn't. You know, let us know the question.
What game you
asked.
would love to be made? Like
Yeah.
any game you would love made. Put it in the comments. We'll read that out as
Right.
well. And then also your best and worst boss battles.
Aye, go for it. Let us know. We like to engage with our fans.
Yes, we certainly
All
do.
30 of you.
Yeah. If that even is 30.
There's about 30.
Oh, that's okay. There you go.
Yeah, so if you want to follow us, you can on Twitter at the Cosy Couch.
Yep.
I am at NickSolway29. Yes.
At Dark Saxon.
Also your gamer tag.
That is also my gamer tag.
My gamer tag is the Grim Reaper 89. Can I just ask if you are going to add me? Send my message saying you're adding me because of that, because I do get a lot of people adding me because of like the Division and Destiny,
Right.
especially Destiny because I'm a high level.
Uh-huh.
You just get loads of people like as soon as you go to tower try to add you, so I don't mind playing with randoms and stuff like that. But it's good to know if you're watch this and you want to add me, let me know so I'm not ignoring you.
Yeah, I must admit, actually, that's probably a good thing.
Yeah.
I have not had a fucking soul add me.
I've got like 10 waiting, you know, and I'm not sure if like it's people I know or it's
Yeah,
just randoms, you know.
that's
So it's good to know.
Fair enough.
How's that?
Yeah, so this was another episode of the Cosy Couch, episode 11. Don't have cake this time.
It's coming in episode 50.
Is it? Okay, so we need to go all the way to 50 to get cake?
Yeah, well, 10's the first milestone, then it's 50, then it's 100, then
Yeah,
150, you know.
that's fair distance. Okay.
Just wait to 1,000. Oh,
Jesus Christ. We'll be fucking dead.
where would that be? That'd be like 20 years?
I'm not even going to figure that out.
Aye,
We can figure that out when we're not on the clock.
okay.
Yeah, so. Yeah, so that was it. Enjoy.
Thanks for watching, and stay cozy.
Or not. Are we doing this again?
No.
Imagine we did like that for 10 hours.
Just sat there for 10 hours.
Yeah, it'd be a bit of a waste of a day, wouldn't it?
It would be.
Yeah, let's not do that. I like the thing that you'd put in it then. Like that wee bit.
Just trying to confuse people.
Yeah, it confused me. If I'm totally honest, I was like, what the fuck? And then it came back, I was like, oh, crafty. The magic of theatre. Yeah. 10 unusual sexual fetishes. Oh, here we go.
Right.
Alright, that you probably didn't know existed. Now I'm curious, right? We've seen some pretty dark shit in the internet. Crush fetish. Watching another crushing object with their feet.
Food, bugs, and small animals. What the fuck?
What, so if you...
A hamster?
Yeah, so if you're like, fuck you, hamster. Okay, I actually did not know about that. This is a sexual attraction to religious or sacred art.
Oh.
Yeah, that's pretty fucked up.
It's basically masturbating with a crucifix.
Crucifix, yeah.
I don't know how to pronounce that.
Anthropophagolagnia. This lovely condition involves fantasizing about raping and then cannibalizing a person. I actually did know that exists because...
It's on Facebook wall with 52 likes.
Yeah, I knew about that. I actually think the reference to the person they just said is because that actually did happen. A guy get done for that.
Right.
So a guy openly wanted to be eaten. He had a fetish for wanting to be eaten, and a guy... Don't know about the rape part though.
This one's not bad. Just make a hole in your
What's that?
make a hole in your pocket so you can
Masturbate
in
discreetly?
public.
It's not that bad, to be fair. Formicophilia. A sexual obsession with being crawled on by insects. Okay, fair enough.
Strange.
Oculophilia.
Sexual fetish. for the
Sexual
eye.
fetish for the eye, there you go. Oh, licking or rubbing one's genitals onto someone's actual eyeball. Oh, goodness gracious. Having sex with another person while stabbing or cutting his or her body with sharp objects, like knives or ice picks. I think we all have... Jesus Christ.
Says sorry.
And entails being aroused by tears or crying. Oh, I knew that existed.
It's weird.
I knew that existed. Sexual
Being
arousal.
robbed or blackmailed. Conned out of money.
Oh, I tell you right now, I would not be sexually aroused if I get conned out of money. Definitely not. What's this? Number 10. Enjoy dirtying or defiling others. It can entail ripping their clothes or messing up their makeup. Or even defecate. I said defecating. Defacing images of celebrities. I like doing that, but it's not a sexual thing. I just leg
They weren't
drawn.
that bad. I mean, like, there's people like shit on each other and all that. I'd say that's a lot worse.
Yeah, but I know, but this is like 10 ones you didn't know existed. I think people
Ah,
know
okay,
that
aye.
we're like shitting in each other and all that jazz. So. Well, we don't.
No.
Well, I can speak for myself. Don't know about you.
I normally say try everything once, but that's not in there. It's
That's
not on that
definitely.
list.
Tell you right now, you would only ever shit on me once, and then it would never happen again. I'd actually fucking,
Punch you back in.
fucking fist right up, grab their still beating heart, and fucking pull it out. Then obviously get done for murder and all that.
Yeah.
Probably wouldn't be that great.
But they shit on you, so
Well, don't shit on me. That's the answer there.
is there not like a high risk factor in your job where you could get shot on?
Aye, I've been drilled on before.
Hmm. It's good to know that you're going to rip out some old age pensioner's heart.
Yeah, I know. Okay. That's an accidental shitting on. I don't like. If I got a bit of shit on me, that'd be fine.
Is it accidental? They're like, oh, sorry, son. Pure. Later on at bingo, he's like, huh, shat that wee guy's arm now. Like,
Yeah, and I felt a fart coming. I just thought,
fuck it.
squeeze.